So I'm just going to talk about who we are, what we are about, and Ms. Nyameka Madikizela will take you through the technology that we use to support the value proposition that we're offering to SADC. Indlela Connection is a company that is actually having 3 women who I'll introduce as part of the presentation, who have been in the railways and the port environment in South Africa, in the continent, and globally. And we decided to exit corporate and form our own organization where we want to join and become the private sector in SADC. And interestingly, we've started in SADC for real to actually do business, because we are talking to 3 railways that are not South Africa at this point in time. We'll come back home because we are serious about regional integration, and we are also serious about the geopolitical realities of our continent, especially around the region. We have we also have opportunities that we've looked at in the property space, property development, because it's related to ports. It's also related to housing, as well as facilities management, because that's the experience that we have collectively. That is the team. Ms. Nyameka Madikizela is the group chief executive of our small entity, because she's looking after property, asset management, as well as facilities management. Ms. Numisa Dube is a non-executive director with extensive experience over 23 years of supply chain and inbound logistics. And that's the specialty that she has. Yesterday, when I was introducing our company to one guy, he said, "Who's backing you up?" And I said, "Our experience." With confidence, because that's really what is backing us up, is our experience in this sector, and we want to make a difference in the railway space as well as the ports. What do we do? Guys, this technology thing, oh, it's coming. These are the features of what we do. We actually focus on port operations management, rail management, property, as I said, facilities, inbound and outbound logistics through corridor management. And I'm just going to go quickly and say the value proposition. Oh, I found the trick. So we provide an end-to-end value chain solutions. We provide rolling stock and maintenance of rail to our customers to achieve productivity through real-time monitoring of railway infrastructure and rolling stock with cutting-edge technology that predicts and indicates faults before they occur or emerge, avoid catastrophic failures and including derailments, as well as optimize maintenance. We analyze real-time data 24/7 to maximize time and save money. And Ms. Nyameka will take us through that technology that we are using to make sure that we do this. We're currently in negotiations with 3 entities that are actually, including Translate Engineering, that are actually selling some of these locomotives and some of these wagons to support the solution and the value proposition that we're giving to our customers. Just understanding our value, we have local expertise. We understand South Africa very well. We have international experience, but we've been very fortunate that we've worked in SADC. Most of the people in the room know us because of our dealings in the past in the railways, as well as in the ports. And I've already talked about the fact that we utilize existing capacity because there's already railways and locomotives running and wagons running in the region. By putting in this technology to make sure that we reduce the number of days of turnaround time, as well as cycle times for trains in our region. And I will just, I'll just mention a few things that we do, that we are focusing on the value proposition. We detect material failures before they occur, scheduling management, incident management, gate management, weight management, inventory management, stock control, creating rail capacity, I've talked about that, using our own rolling stock and also using existing rolling stock, and the management of an operations center, which is the heartbeat of our operation. We look at process and event management, analytical services, remote control and access, role-based control, as well as monitoring and alert management. And that's basically what we do. Ms. Nyameka Madikizela will take us through how we do this. Thank you very much.
So I'm going to copy and paste what Nosipho does and hope this. I think just quickly, I just need to go through this because it's quickly. We have partnership with a company called RMD in Sweden. We were looking for a system that would help us. It has weight sensors. It has performance management units on the wagons. It has wheel sensors. And it has, on the locomotives, also your PMUs that give you, at any point in time, where your trains are. So what it does is you're able to report on the wagons and when the wagons require maintenance. You're also able to put in data on the network so that you know what your network looks like. And if there's changes in the network, it also picks up the changes in the network and it predicts where you're going to have a problem. And then it also then gives you performance in terms of how your trains are moving. So one of the key things that are important in execution is your performance. Is it 80% execution from your plans? Is it 90%? Is it 95%? For us, what was important was that we needed to have a system because we're located in South Africa as we work with the other railways so that we're able to view and see the rolling stock that we invest in. Is it giving the numbers so that we can pay the check to the financial institutions that are backing us up? And this is why partnering with RMD became very important. It goes, so the PMUs use your connectivity via cellular networks. It goes to iCloud. It's really a plug and play. So we're currently doing a proof of concept between Swaziland and Mozambique. In 3 weeks' time, from mounting the units, we are able to give a report on how those trains are moving. And this was important for us as we partner with the railways and put in our rolling stock that we're able to have the visibility. Our Transnet colleagues would remember how you have conferences between the different railways. You're trying to connect with Mozambique, you're trying to connect with Zimbabwe, we're trying to connect with Swaziland to see where the trains are. So this system actually does that, and it's quick to execute and implement. And if I might say, also very affordable. So one of the reasons why we partnered with RMD is that we can get the IP and the continuous improvement in terms of the products that they have. So it provides the security that you require. So currently, we're able to pick up any abnormal wagon behavior. As you saw in the previous slide, it has the ability to have your wheel sensors flow. So you'll see your wheel flats, if they're coming. You can take out the wagon that you need to take out at a point in time. You don't have to only look at the kilometers, but it does actually predict where there's going to be a problem. If the train is unstable, it picks up that the train is unstable, and it also has frozen brakes. It picks up on that as well. In development is that list. As RMD, they are located in Switzerland, are working on that, and that's something that you're going to see in the future. Broken rail, we're able to deliver on that in the development phase. This is also what RMD is currently working on. Again, I want to emphasize that the beauty about the system, and this is why we partnered with them, in the SADC space is that it's a plug and play. And it integrates with different systems. So if any of the railways have the systems that they exist, it integrates and it can actually pick up data and we can exchange data in real time. It provides train positioning, traceability, inventory control, geofencing. You can locate where the trains are on the GPS system all the time. So typically, in terms of regional integration, we want to see where the location is. So this information moves into iCloud, and the different railways can have a report. If you see on the right-hand side there, you can see where the different train numbers are. So if you want to know from Botswana where the train that's moving on the Limpopo line is, you can actually locate and say, train number so-and-so is exactly here, because it will show you in terms of your location on the map, because it actually works on the maps. The rail maps are real, so we pull this, the rail map data, and you're able to pick up where your train are. And each of the different railways can use their different unique train numbers, because in working in the regional space, you find that the different railways use different train numbers. So if in Botswana, you capture that you're in Botswana, and it will give you the different train number that you have, which is the same. Oh, sorry. So just to show you typically the reports that we generate. So you see there, you'll have your wagons. So currently in the region, we have your OPCs. So because each of the wagons has the sensors, it will tell you on the train itself what is the wagon, what is the type of commodity on that wagon. So if you have mixed a cargo that you're moving, what is it carrying, and what is the speed that it's moving at? And this is the beauty about it, because for us, we're not the railways, we're not the operators, but we want to get the information in terms of how our rolling stock is being utilized. What is the speed? So the train driver's behavior is also something that we would then be able to pick up. We know that John is driving today, and we're able to then keep data on John. How does he drive? So you have that information, you have the geo information as well, and this is typically real time, what you would be able to get. You can get information on how John is doing, you can get information in terms of when the train departed, what time did it leave, what time did it get to the different station, and what are the reasons. So information is sent real time, so that when the next station comes about, you are able to then say, if we are 5 minutes late, if we are 15 minutes late, what is it that needs to be done to be able to make sure that if you want to execute at 95%, you can execute at 95%. Most of the railways currently will have to wait at the end of the day, or react perhaps in half a day, in 3 hours. But by actually using this system, you are able to then react real time, and real time is dependent on the information that comes, obviously, on the locations of the SMSs that are received. Good thing, guys, signaling, we know that the equipment is expensive. This system is actually cheap in the sense that you don't need to invest in signaling equipment, because you're actually using cellular data. Even better is that with all the PMUs, as they go into iCloud in the sensors, it means that you are able to generate data. It can go to the guy at the bottom in the yard. At the bottom in the yard, the manager, the board chairman, if they want to know. So different data can be received So we don't all have to have iPads, and we don't all have to be working in the office. You can be in the yard and you'll be able to pick up how we are performing. And that's the end.
Thank you.